Now,
and today, with raising goats, the farm is to achieve the highest milk yields possible through good practices and proper animal care.
we have 3 types: American Friesian. In dairy farming, because the aim is to get high milk, we always producer. It has calved every day. It's overtaken that one because of this one. This morning, to give us the when it's you will expect
Pasture in the fields, nappy grass, and
the milk, because they feed breweries, Nile breweries. We feed silage, which we get from you will see climate change. So we buy rice bran called chikore that we normally feed fresh. That's all that we want. Then just feed it to its satisfaction. It needs 40 kilos a day. But jazzes, you can feed them 25.
120 liters, approximately 400 important to feed them well from the start.
Now, our milk production, 520 liters. That one has got, when you inherit land, so that would have a lot of energy actually to dig and till. So also, their government, I would say they have not put in better policies.
I chose dairy farming out of passion. I genuinely love cows. Even though I work in Kampala, I make time to visit the farm twice a month. We currently have 4 herds, and the idea of starting all this came from a visit I made to Netherlands.
Personally, I love cows. I visit my farm minimum twice every month. Because I work in Kampala, I have a job. Now, when I come here, I'm with my cows throughout the whole day. Even I don't eat lunch. I visit, we have 4 herds. These are Americas. We have got a dry herd. We have got in calves. We have got young calves. But all that background of separating the herd, I gained it when I went to Netherlands, because strictly you cannot keep like these cows with young ones. The rate at how they eat, it's not the same rate. So that's why you need to separate the herd. And also what you feed on these ones is not what the young calf wants. For example, young calves, we feed them more on hay, because hay takes too long in the rumen, and that's what a dairy cow wants, to build such a big rumen, because the bigger the rumen, the more the milk it produces. Now you can hear they have started milking. What you are asking, what you wanted to see. We have calf pens on the other side. So when it gives birth, we separate the calf from the mother. We only feed immediately. At times we can leave it with it for the night if it's like the first calving, so that it gets to be in the system that actually it has given birth. Because some of them at times become stubborn. Why should it give you milk when it doesn't even see the calf? So at times when it's stubborn, you not see it. You leave it with the calf for a day. So it knows now that it produced. So when you come to milk, it knows that actually there is a reason. Now those calves, they stay in a calf pen for 60 days. Immediately when it's born, we feed it colostrum, because it's colostrum that builds the immunity of the calf. The colostrum, you feed it as much as you can. As much as you can. Because you want it to have strong immunity. 5 liters. We normally have them, and depending on the body weight. Because the moment it produces, you measure. You get a tape measure for body weight. So you measure, and then we have got a card in each calf pen. You write the mother has tag number, the date, how many liters on colostrum. Then that one gives you a picture how many liters you should feed this calf for the first 7 days. Thereafter, if it is a heifer, we feed it 6 liters every day. If it's a bull, we normally feed it 4. Because why we feed the heifer more? Because today's calf is tomorrow's cow. So if you want this mother, you can see this one. I've told you it's the 3rd generation. It is the mother is the daughter to this one. Now this one was 2nd calving. It's giving us 28 liters because it was well fed. I believe if it wasn't because of this dry season where we don't have a lot of pastures, I was expecting it to give us more than 30, because you can see the height, you can see the body weight, you can see the udder. The udder is not so long, it's within the body. You will find that this one was produced on a bull, from a certain bull. The bull which now, because as time goes on, there is improvement on the breed worldwide. So they keep improving on the breed. Apart from this one, this one, this one, and this one. The rest, like this one, like that one, and all those ones down, they were born here.
Cleanliness is absolutely vital, especially during milking. After milking, we weigh the milk using the scale to track exact liters collected. Hygiene helps us maintain milk quality and cow health.
You need to clean the teats using that small towel. He will first wash his hands. Then he comes with his milking pail, the container. Now, after he has cleaned the teat, then he starts milking. When he milks, immediately we have a weighing scale. So he weighs. Actually, milk here in these most modern farms, they are measured in kgs, not in liters. But the reason is that one kg is actually equivalent to 1 liter. That's why we use weighing scales. I think you can see it's ready. Now, the calves, as I told you, we feed them on hay, especially when they are growing, to enlarge their rumen. Now, from here, after feeding, after milking, we have got that water trough.
Water is just as important as food. Animals are like humans. You can't always tell when you are thirsty. That is why we ensure a constant water supply through water traps to keep them hydrated at all times.
Because water, apart from pastures, these feeds, water is the most important element when it comes to dairy feeding. Because this cow can drink 20 liters of water. And you see, most of them are well behaved. You don't need even to tie it. But if you see others down there, you first have to tie it. Make sure it doesn't. Actually, even now, I think even this movement, it's because we are here. And also milking. It's not that everybody knows how to milk. People will just pull. But for him, you can see he's just squeezing. He squeezes at a certain point. He doesn't pull. So he knows at the right point where to touch, and milk flows.
The journey hasn't been easy. We face challenges, especially with unpredictable climate change, but we keep pushing forward.
For example, in Uganda or in Africa, we had seasons. These seasons have changed. We knew that now this is the month of June. In June, we would be expecting that we have had rains for May and April and March. So would be having a lot of pastures. It's at that time that we plant maize, which we make silage from. We grow napier where we make silage from. But all that maize has not grown. But why I say climate change, it's not that all places are affected. Rain has been raining. If you pass somewhere, you'll find green pastures. Here you come, there's no pastures. So that's the climate change that we are talking about. When we were growing up, I had never seen that hill getting rain, and here you don't get it. If it's a rainy season, you would know it's a rainy season. You prepare for the rainy season. Dry season, dry season. But this time around, it has really, really changed drastically.
So how has that affected you?
It affects us so much because you have to increase on the cost, input cost that you have to in so buying supplementary. Because when they go to the fields, they don't find pastures. But if there would be pastures, you would just feed very little, meaning you minimize on the cost input. Now, milk production reduces. But at times, there is also, during the dry season, milk prices. But now, so far, in this area, the milk prices has not changed because of low milk production in the market and high demand worldwide. Because you see of recent, milk being exported to Nigeria. We have Pearl Dairies, which exports powdered milk to America. So when we got those players in the market, milk prices stabilized a bit. But we still have that challenge. And even in some farms, water has dried up. But for us here, we had prepared our reserve dams, so we have water. Now that water, we have got a system of solar pump. It pumps down from the dam. It brings it into the reserve tank. Then the reserve tank distributes by gravity. So we have water troughs in each paddock. You just go and open, and you get water. Because this cow is like a human being. You shouldn't take it to feed it water because you don't know when it's thirsty. You should have water in the farm so that it takes water as and when. Even at night, we have water in the night paddocks.
Looking ahead, we plan to add value to our dairy products by 2026 if all goes well. The market for milk is already strong, and we are excited for what the future holds.
If you look on our brochures, we have future prospects of value addition. But our targets were that if we hit production, if we get milk for sale up to a tune of 600 liters, we shall start doing our own value addition.
Currently, what is your production?
We get around 520. And according to our brochure, we are targeted by 2026. But we still have these challenges. So we're in the process of, the Minister of Agriculture came here recently. He spotted us among many to give us a tractor. Because we don't have a tractor, we now only hire, depend on other people's tractors. Dairy Development Authority gave us a milking machine. But the milking machine, we have not yet installed it because it has got its own challenges of maintenance and power, electricity, which is not at most of the time is on and off. So we hope that soon, once those challenges stabilizes, and another main challenge in this dairy farming is acaricides. We have fake acaricides in the market. What we use to spray. For example, on this farm, we spray twice a week. We have got a spray race.
Twice a week.
Yes. We spray twice a week. And for us, we have maintained a company called Norbrook. They're the ones who, it's a company which is based in London, in UK, but it has branches here. We still believe in their products. And when it comes to feeding plus artificial insemination, we are depending on a company from America called Rasa. Rasa is the one that gives us best semen for these American Frisians. So that's how far. Now, disposing of, when it comes to bulls, we dispose of, it's our wish to dispose it off as and when it has been produced. The bull.
Why a bull?
Because a bull is not a dairy cow. It's a dairy cow in its own way, but for us what we want is a milk, as someone shall give us milk. And the bull also consumes a lot to grow. And we don't have where to keep them. Because if you have bulls, that means they will start mounting and you get inbreeding.
Starting a dairy farm requires enough land for grazing, but even with just 1 acre, you can begin using zero grazing model, just as our president encourages.
You have to have land. But recently, the president's ideology of 1 acre model, if you are determined, you can really have a dairy farm on your 1 acre piece of land. And you do zero grazing. Very much so. In so many places they do. They just keep cows here throughout. They feed here. There is water here, they drink, they rest here, and that's it. You only keep cutting the fodder, you come and feed. On 1 acre. It works if you don't have land. And this cow, the milk it produces, its food. You will get cheese out of milk. You will get cow ghee. Even in some places, or some farms, this cow dung is for sale. Now, this cow dung, for us, we use it, and urine, we use it for manure. We use it for manure in that napier grass. We have a lot of plantations in those maize gardens. That's what we use it for. We don't sell it.
From pasture to milking parlor, Rasa Mixed Farm shows us that with dedication, innovation, and love for animals, dairy farming can be both a passion and a profitable venture. Thank you for watching Farm Matters. Until next time, keep farming smart and farming with heart.